What's good, y'all? I'm Heated here, back with another Apex Legends video, and I'm back. I know it's been a little bit because I was kind of taking a little bit of a break from just uploading every 2 days of the same consistent content, and I wanted to just take a step back for a little bit and just look at everything I made and kind of try and look in the good in that, try to make quality content and make sure that the things I'm putting out are things that I'm proud of. So we're back, and in today's video, we're kind of discussing the things that are sort of bad for the meta of Apex Legends. I know this has been a frequent discussion point all over social media and stuff like that for Apex Legends. I feel like I would put it into video form and sort of talk about the frustrations in the Apex Legends meta. Now, just a disclaimer, we won't be talking about anything like skill-based matchmaking or how the game is necessarily functions, more so the gameplay and mechanics of Apex Legends itself. So if you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and feel free to comment what you think about the Apex Legends meta as well, and some things that you feel like I missed out. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into this discussion. Alright, so throughout this discussion, I want to bring up a couple points that are pretty bad with Apex Legends right now. The first one I want to discuss, which is fairly obvious, the Havoc.
Fuck the Havoc, 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 fuck the Havoc.
If you don't think the Havoc is broken, you don't play the game enough, or you just don't understand the game. The Havoc is probably one of the dumbest things in Apex Legends. The 32 mag energy weapon that could kill multiple teams with one mag is extremely dumb. If you look at certain stats, like I think the other day I was reading a tweet where the amount of bullets you need to hit with a Havoc, or the percentage of the mag you need to hit with the Havoc, is less than any other gun. Like if you look at the R9 with no attachments, you need to hit 95% of your shots in order to knock a full body person. In compared to a Havoc, I think you only need to hit like a third of your shots with no attachments to kill a full body person, and I feel like that's really stupid. And it's fairly obvious. I mean, if you just go into a game and you pick up a Havoc, you can clearly tell that this thing is just a beast. It practically has no recoil. You just really have to pull down the gun, and you can run a 3-time sight with the Havoc, and all you have to do is just pull down your stick or pull down your mouse, and it's easily controllable. It's clear that this has just been the most powerful gun, I think, in all of Apex. I feel like it's even on par with weapons like the Devotion and the Kraber, the Peacekeeper, you know, legendary drop weapons, because this thing just shreds like no other, and it's just broken. If there were any suggestions I would make to nerf the Havoc, I would probably reduce the mag size, maybe give it more recoil, and maybe do something like reduce the fire rate or something like that, so that this gun doesn't just shred you on instant. Like maybe one of those nerfs, maybe all of them collectively, but maybe that'd be too harsh. But overall, it could just use a stats nerf. Now that's enough discussing the Havoc. I feel like it's fairly obvious that the Havoc is broken. Now let's move on to some characters or legends that I think are kind of dumb right now. Now first off, we got Caustic. Caustic is the obvious one. Everyone's been complaining about Caustic. And honestly, if you don't really see a problem with Caustic, you probably just haven't played enough against him in order to see the problem. Caustic is just dumb. Caustic has traps, and he has his ults, which allow you to clear out rooms and overall make the whole engagement annoying and really out of your control. If you're not a Caustic, you basically have to deal with the fact that enemy Caustic can throw just multiple traps in a room and clear out the room with no real repercussions. And including the fact that now he got buffed in the recent update, or in the season 5 update, which allows his teammates to just move through the gas carefree, it really makes it almost like mandatory to run a Caustic in a competitive environment, because the Caustic has an advantage against other Caustics, and the Caustic is kind of needed in order to clear through places and go into rooms, because if you're fighting off a Caustic and you don't have a Caustic, you're basically screwed. Like there's no way you're breaching an area, there's no way you're getting inside the person's defenses. Like it's really dumb in the position it's in right now. If there was any way I would recommend to nerf Caustic, I would probably revert to back where Caustic was before, where teammates couldn't really run through, they'd get stuck and stuff like that, and they couldn't see. And I don't know, I feel like Caustic could use more of a rework. I feel like his ability is kind of a hit or miss. It's either it's really strong or it's just kind of mediocre. but I think before Caustic was a pretty solid legend, so I don't know, it varies. I think if we revert the update that was made in season 5, Caustic would be probably better in that state. So yeah, let's move on to the next legend. Now the final point I want to discuss in this video is Gibby, Gibraltar. Gibraltar is annoying as hell, and you'll notice a theme with most of this broken meta characters and weapons. They're really annoying to deal with, and if you don't have one, you're gonna be screwed a lot of the time. Now Gibby, this dude has an extreme amount of health, and I don't know what it is, like, and I remember reading a tweet where Gibby is able to have, like, I don't even know how much health. If you add on the shields, if you give him an Evo and it's fortified, this dude could have up to like 200 or something health. It's really dumb, and I just don't know where, you know, Respawn is really coming with in balancing Gibby here. Like, I feel like giving him this amount of health, this amount of potential health isn't the smartest thing in my opinion. There's just something not fun about playing a Gibby that's just sitting in the corner of a map with a G7 and a 3x and his gun shields, so that he can hit you, he can clap you and snipe you, but you can't do crap against the Gibby. And I feel like that's just the worst part about Gibby, is just the amount of scumminess you can play with Gibraltar. His dome shields is extremely good. His airstrike is pretty good. It's used for a zoning tool. But I feel like his main problem is just his health. This dude has an extreme amount of health, and I get he's the biggest character in the game, and they can't just rework his model or something to make him smaller so that he doesn't need the fortify. That would be taken away from the character. But I don't know. I don't know how they would really rework Gibby here, because if you give him too little health, then he just gets beamed and dies instantly. But if you give him too much health, then he just comes off as a broken tank that can't be really justified. Gibby's kind of an intense situation, so I'd like to know your guys' comments down below. How would y'all nerf Gibby? How would you guys change Gibby? Because I'm all about balance, and I want Gibby to be prominent in the meta, and I want people to have a reason to pick Gibby. But I feel like Gibraltar shouldn't be needed in every competitive environment because of his extreme amount of health and his extreme utility to the team. I feel like he's just given a little too much, you know? But yeah, that's all I really had to say about the meta in Apex Legends at the moment. There were a few more points I could discuss, and there's other things like skill-based matchmaking, which is a big one, and I don't know if I've actually discussed that on the channel before. But there's a lot of stuff that can be discussed with Apex Legends, and I love discussing this stuff, so feel free to let me know any video ideas as well in the comments below if you guys want me to discuss anything else. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like as well as subscribe for more Apex Legends content, as well as follow my links down below in the description. But that's gonna be all for me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.